Welcome to the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Kate Cameron. With the Super Bowl 57 less than 2 weeks away, the groundskeeping and field maintenance crew has been hard at work in preparation for the big game. Cronkite sports reporter Noelle Blumel went to Glendale for a first-hand look at how the grass is coming along at State Farm Stadium.
The groundskeeping and field maintenance crew has been hard at work in preparation for Super Bowl 57. From going to the field on a local sod farm to daily checks with concussion protocols, they are confident the field will be ready to go in just 12 days.
That's part of what our job is, to make sure that this is a perfect surface, and that includes, following the concussion protocols. And we'll test this field every day once we start in with rehearsals. And we'll look at the conditions of this field, we'll look at the hardness of this field, we'll test it every single day with a Clegg meter and look at the hardness. And if there needs to be any adjustments, we'll do that. If we need to back off on anything, any kind of traffic or whatnot, we'll do that also, so that it's perfect come game day.
The growth pattern for this field began over a year ago and has yet to be played on. And while preparation standards remain the same throughout the year, there is a slightly higher standard for February 12th.
There's a lot of eyes on it. There's a lot of expectations that it's going to play perfectly. So we do give it the extra care. We've got a larger staff than most of the stadiums typically have. So we're fortunate in having a lot of hands, a lot of eyes on it, and being able to give it everything we need.
There's nothing like the moment when that ball is kicked off, because all the work that has gone into that point. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, right? So yes, it's bigger when it comes with Super Bowl, but at the end of the day, this is the biggest moment in the lives of these two teams and their fans.
Until then, they plan to maintain the field to make sure it's in the safest shape for the big game. In Glendale, Noelle Blumel, Cronkite News.
February 1st is always a big day for Tom Brady. On this day in 2004, Brady helped the Patriots win Super Bowl 38. 11 years later, Brady would win Super Bowl 49 here in Arizona. On February 1st, 2022, Brady would announce his first retirement from the NFL. And now, today, Tom Brady, the man, the myth, the legend, has officially retired.
Good morning, guys. I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring. For good.
Let's now go from the NFL to the college game and National Signing Day. The biggest news so far for ASU is the commitment of four-star quarterback Jaden Rashada from Pittsburgh, California, who posted on his social media that he's glad to be home. Jaden's dad, Harlan Rashada, played for ASU back in the 1990s. Others who signed with the Sun Devils include offensive lineman Sean Na'a and linebacker Kavion Thunderbird. The Sun Devils are ranked 36th overall with their current recruiting class by 24/7 Sports. The Suns host the Atlanta Hawks tonight at Footprint Center. Devin Booker is inching ever closer to returning to action. Cronkite sports reporter Sammy Miller looks at how the Suns have found success despite all of the injuries.
The Phoenix Suns have had a tough road thus far. They are currently ranked 7th in the West at 27-25, winning 6 of their last 7 games. They have managed a winning record despite a string of injuries to key players. But as more of the starters return to the lineup, things will only get better for this squad.
We've obviously been banged up, had a lot of injuries, and we're getting healthy at the right time and starting to get guys back slowly but surely. We're not there yet all the way, but we're getting close.
For long stretches, the Suns are without key pieces, leading to players like Damian Lee, Bismack Biyombo, Torrey Craig, and Dwayne Washington Jr. to step up.
We've been missing those guys, and we still got some guys who are working their way back, and when we're a full roster, a full team head to toe, we're really dangerous.
The Suns have only had 6 games this season with their full starting lineup on the floor of Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Cam Johnson, and Mikal Bridges. Most of the injured starters have returned, but the Suns are still missing their go-to offensive weapon, Devin Booker.
One player who knows the struggles of being on an injury-ridden team is Eddie Johnson. This former Suns guard is hopeful that the Suns can take the good and the bad from the past and use that to help accelerate them to make a run in the playoffs. Right now, the Western Conference is neck and neck with only a few wins separating the top teams, making these next few games for the Suns that much more important.
So now they've won the full gamut of how difficult it is to get to the promised land. And maybe let's hope they're going to do it in a way that most people don't think they can, by making a run here in the second half of the season and getting themselves an opportunity.
The Suns are hopeful Devin Booker can return soon, but with 30 regular season games remaining, the clock is ticking for the team to make a real push in the Western Conference standings. In Phoenix, Sammy Miller, Cronkite News.
That's it for the Cronkite Sports Report. Back to Dylan.